What if your brand new BYD Seal gave you a warning it was about to shut down completely, and you drove straight past it? In August 2025, a BYD Seal owner in Mumbai was doing exactly that, cruising at highway speed on the Western Express Highway near BKC when the car suddenly jerked, lost all drivetrain power, the steering went hard and unresponsive, and the dashboard flashed, "Power system failure, please pull over and contact service store." The car was 6,000 kilometers old. It took over 42 days and a replacement powertrain domain controller sourced from BYD's head office after the dealer ran out of answers before the car moved again. Here is the part that matters most. That failure did not happen without warning. There were signs. They were ignored. Today, we are going to break down the 3 warning signs that your BYD Seal's electronics are heading toward a total failure, so you can act before you get stranded, not after. Before we begin, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Now, let's get into it. Warning sign number 3. The DiLink screen is slowing down before it crashes. Most BYD Seal owners write off a laggy infotainment screen as a software quirk. It is not. In the majority of documented failure sequences on the BYD platform, a degrading DiLink system is the first visible symptom of an underlying software or electrical instability that later cascades into a harder fault. By the time the screen goes completely black, the problem has been building for weeks. The BYD Seal's central infotainment system runs the DiLink software stack, which handles navigation, climate controls, vehicle settings, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and over-the-air update management, all on a single display. Reporting compiled by the Italian automotive workshop and parts network Autoricambi Tritella in August 2025, drawing on real dealer diagnostic data from 2024 and 2025, BYD Seal and Seal U ownership records documented the specific warning pattern: interface freezes during multitasking, Bluetooth and CarPlay sessions that disconnect mid-drive, and OTA software updates that stall, fail silently, or install incorrectly, and leave the system on a corrupt firmware build. The critical detail is the sequence. Slowness comes first, then intermittent freezes, then a full black screen restart event. If your Seal screen is taking 3 or more seconds to respond to touch inputs, and you have not had an OTA update confirmed in the past 30 days, that is not normal lag. That is warning sign number 3. A BYD Seal owner posting on the Australian EV community in early 2025 described the progression plainly. The screen started getting sluggish on startup about 3 weeks before it began rebooting mid-drive, blanking out the navigation, climate settings, and the charge status display simultaneously. The dealer confirmed an incomplete OTA build had corrupted 2 software modules and required a forced reflash via a diagnostic cable at the service center. Before your Seal screen becomes an emergency, check your current firmware version in vehicle settings and confirm your car has received the latest OTA build from your BYD dealer. If updates are showing as pending or stalled, do not wait until your next scheduled service. Go in now and have the dealer push the update manually. An incomplete OTA build left running is not a minor inconvenience. It is a system that is actively operating on broken instructions. Warning sign number 2. The LV protection system fail message. This is the warning that looks like a minor fault and turns out to be the event that leaves you standing on the side of the road with a car that will not unlock, will not start, and will not communicate with your phone app. And it is documented on the BYD Seal specifically not as a fringe event, but as a known failure mode with its own dedicated message on the dashboard. Every BYD Seal, like every modern electric vehicle, carries 2 distinct power systems. The main high-voltage blade battery pack drives the motor. A small 12-volt auxiliary battery runs the car's computers, door locks, keyless entry, and the wake-up system that activates the high-voltage pack when you try to start the car. If the 12-volt battery dies, the car is entirely unresponsive. It does not matter how much charge is in the main pack without the 12-volt system alive. The car cannot unlock its own doors. As documented on the BYD Auto Forum in August 2025, BYD Seal owners who received an LV protection system fail alert found their vehicles became completely inoperable. Roadside assist was dispatched, the 12-volt battery was tested and found either depleted or degraded, and in several cases the DC to DC converter, the component that draws power from the high voltage pack to keep the 12-volt battery topped up, was identified as the root cause. One owner posting in that thread reported the car broke down after only 2 days of ownership. The dealer replaced the 12-volt battery with a unit pulled from another Seal on the lot. The car still would not start. They waited over a month for a replacement control module. As documented on Clean Energy Reviews forum and cross-referenced with owner reports from Australia and New Zealand, the BYD 12-volt charging logic has a documented vulnerability. The battery management system does not always initiate a top-up cycle frequently enough when the car sits unused. And cars that spent extended periods on container ships from the factory in Shenzhen sometimes arrived with severely depleted 12-volt batteries that the BMS could never fully recover. On the BYD Seal 6, a platform sibling to the Seal Australian Car Reviews confirmed in its 2024 to 2025 fault analysis that the BMS sometimes fails to engage the high-voltage battery to top up the 12-volt starter battery when the vehicle is off, and that parasitic draw from the car's 4G and 5G connectivity and app syncing features compounds the drain. Before we move on to the final warning sign, if you are finding this useful, it would mean a lot if you could hit the like button. It genuinely helps YouTube push this to more BYD Seal owners who need to see this before they get caught out on the road. The early warning sign for this failure is not the LV protection system fail message itself. By then, it is already too late. The early signs are the car taking longer than usual to respond when you press the door handle, the app showing the car as offline or unreachable when it has been parked for more than 2 days, and the radio or infotainment switching on spontaneously after the car has been parked and locked. All three are consistent with 12-volt drain behavior documented in the BYD AD03 and Seal owner communities in Australia and New Zealand. If you see any of these, get the 12-volt battery's voltage and state of health checked immediately. A healthy 12-volt battery at rest should read above 12.4 volts. Below that, it is already degraded. The fix replacing the 12-volt battery with a higher capacity AGM unit costs approximately 150 to 250 Australian dollars at most service centers. Ignoring it costs you a tow truck, a long wait for a module, and anywhere from 2 days to 6 weeks without your car. Warning sign number 1. The power system failure, please pull over alert. This is the warning sign that confirms the failure is no longer coming. It has already begun. If this message appears on your BYD Seal's dashboard while you are moving, you need to understand what it means, what caused it, and why it is categorically more serious than any infotainment glitch or flat auxiliary battery. It means your powertrain domain controller has either faulted or lost communication with the motor system, and at that moment, you have a car rapidly losing the ability to drive, steer, and stop safely. The powertrain domain controller, referred to in BYD service documentation as the PDC, is the central processing unit that manages the communication between the high-voltage battery sensors, the motor controller, and the vehicle control unit. As documented by Australian Car Reviews in its BYD Seal 7 fault analysis published in April 2026, drawing on the same E-Platform 3.0 architecture used in the Seal, the fault is typically triggered by a software logic error in the power domain control system, or a communication anomaly between the high-voltage battery sensors and the motor controller. The result is not a warning light you can ignore until your next service. It is an immediate loss of propulsion, with the steering system degrading in parallel because power assist relies on the same electrical domain. At highway speed, this is a loss of control event. The Team BHP India documentation of the August 2025 BYD Seal case is the clearest publicly available account of what this failure looks like from inside the car. The vehicle was cruising normally at highway speed when it suddenly jerked, lost drivetrain power, and the steering became hard and unresponsive. The owner pulled over and called roadside assistance. BYD's service team reached the scene, and the car was towed to the dealer. After 10 days, the dealer still had not identified the exact fault, requiring complete disassembly of the rear axle to access the entire rear wiring harness and test each connection for continuity. The replacement powertrain domain controller took over 30 days to arrive from BYD's supply chain. The total time off the road, 42 days. The car had 6,000 kilometers on it. The early warning signs that precede this event, documented across BYD platform owner forums in India, the UK, and Australia, are intermittent warning lights that appear briefly and then clear themselves on restart, A single instance of the car hesitating or jerking during normal acceleration that resolves without action, and the dashboard reporting a system alert that disappears after the car is switched off and restarted. Each of these individually can look like a software hiccup. Together, they are a pattern. As the Australian Car Review's fault documentation states, the fault is rarely a physical failure of the blade battery itself. In most cases, it is a software or communication fault that a dealer can reflash or recalibrate. But it needs to be reported and diagnosed the moment it appears, not left to resolve itself. A single instance of an unexplained power hesitation or a warning alert that clears on its own is not a false alarm. It is your powertrain domain controller beginning to log faults. Demand a diagnostic readout from your dealer before the next drive, not after. The BYD Seal is a well-engineered electric sedan with genuinely impressive performance and one of the best value battery warranties on the Australian market. But the electronic architecture that makes it so capable is also the architecture that can strand you without warning if the early signs go unrecognized. A slowing DiLink screen, an app that loses contact with a parked car, a warning message that clears on restart, none of these are things to scroll past on the forum and forget about. They are the Seal telling you something is building inside its electrical system that a dealer can fix quickly if you act now, or that will fix itself on the side of the highway in a way that takes 6 weeks and a replacement part from Shenzhen to resolve. Know the 3 signs. Log every occurrence. Demand a diagnostic before the fault escalates. Your warranty covers it, but only if you use it before the car makes the decision for you. Hope you like this video. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more informative electric vehicle content. Thank you for watching.